Boys Papier. Boys Papier.
How you doing, everybody? I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Bars by BA, and I am BA. Man, before we get started, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who's already subscribed to this channel. Thank you so much. Like I said, your time is very valuable, and I know that you don't have to subscribe, so thank you for doing that. If this is your first time hanging out with us, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on, man, hit that bell, so that way when we upload fresh content every Saturday, you'll be sure to get it. Cool? And I want to give a special shout out, man, to those of y'all tuning in Malawi, Africa. You heard me right. Malawi, Africa. So, Zukomi Kwambili. All right, that means thank you so much. So, without further ado, let's hop off into it. So, what are we going to talk about today? The thought that we're going to come from today is damaged but not destroyed. Damaged but not destroyed. And we'll be coming from 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 8 through 9. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 8 through 9. And in this particular text, Paul, the Apostle Paul, you know, he's like a starter in this ministry thing, in this Christian race, in this Christian walk. Paul was a big deal. He was very influential in just pushing that gospel, man, and preaching that gospel. And as y'all know, he used to be a wild dude, just like Zacchaeus, but he had a change of heart. So be sure to catch up on Paul. That's your homework. Research who Paul is and who Paul was. But Paul was writing this letter to the Corinthians, and he was sharing with the Corinthians, letting them know that, look, you may be damaged, but you're not destroyed. All right. So a few weeks ago, the weatherman and the weather lady, they were saying that there's going to be a massive hailstorm. That there's going to be a hailstorm sometime between Wednesday and Thursday. They're really unsure on what day it's going to be, but they knew that the hailstorm was coming. And so you had people, man, going through some drastic measures to protect their vehicles. I saw one person, they had a raft, like a swimming raft on their car, on their truck. I saw another person, they had like a styrofoam crate on their truck. And then some people even went as far as put some tires and some boards over their vehicles because they didn't want their stuff to get damaged. And if we can just be honest, TBH, as the young people are saying, nobody wants anything damaged. Nobody wants to handle or deal with anything that's damaged. But the truth is that sometimes in life will damage you. Sometimes in life, people will damage you. Sometimes in life, your circumstances will damage you. But in the text, Paul lets us know, he says that we are damaged but not destroyed. It says that we are perplexed. It says that we have troubles on every side. But although we have all this going on, we're not destroyed. So those of y'all who are watching right now, you feel like, dang, I am damaged, but it's good news that the damage is not going to destroy me, okay? The damage is not going to destroy you. So as we walk through the text, the first word that Paul uses, he says, we, okay? And Paul is not speaking French. Paul is saying, we are damaged. We are perplexed on every side. We, if you allow me to paraphrase, have a lot going on, and we have a lot of life that's taking place. And bar number one is that when you are in your feelings, we turns in to me. When you are in your feelings, we turns in to me. So you're saying, what does that mean? I'm glad you asked. So in the text, Paul says, we have these problems, we have these issues, we are going to be persecuted and have hard times. So Paul lets us know that we are not alone. All right. And sometimes when we get in our feelings in life, we start saying, oh man, woe is me. I'm the only person that has stuff going on in their life. I'm the only person that has problems. I'm the only person that can't get the job that I want. I'm the only person that's single. I'm the only person that's dealing with this. I'm the only person who struggles with this. But when you read the text and throughout scripture, God lets us know that we are not alone. All right, we all face the same types of problems and obstacles here and there. We all have something, as I stated before, we all have something. So bar number one, when you are in your feelings, we turns in to me. All right, don't get so much, beat yourself up so much saying that it's only you. No, we all have something. And I thought it was just very cool that Paul started out with we. All right, we are perplexed, we are troubled, we are cast down, but not destroyed. Paul says we. That's me, that's you, that's your friend that you're gonna share this video with. Paul saying, look, we all got some damage, but although we have some damage, we're not destroyed. So back in the day, there's this athlete named Bo Jackson. I know to some of y'all, you just first time hearing that name, but his name was Bo Jackson. And Bo Jackson, he played NFL football, and he also played Major League Baseball. And Bo had this Nike commercial, I do believe. If I'm wrong, if it's not Nike, you can correct me in the comments, okay? But I'm about 1,000% sure. But Bo had a commercial, and the slogan was Bo Knows. So since Bo did baseball, they said Bo knows baseball. Since Bo did football, they said Bo knows football. And when it comes to being damaged but not being destroyed, Paul knows. Paul was shipwrecked. Paul got bit by a snake while on an island. Paul was beaten. Paul was put in prison. So if anybody knows about being damaged but not destroyed, it was Paul. So who else to take this good advice from, who else to receive this good news from than Paul? All right, so Paul knows, just like Bo knows, or Bo knew, he still probably knows. Back in the 90s, Paul knew back then, and Paul still knows now. All right, and what we know is that we're damaged, but we're not destroyed. We're damaged, but we're not destroyed. All right, we all have some damage. We all have some issues or some things that can just take us out at any moment. All right, so Paul goes on to say that we are damaged but not destroyed. All right, that's the first thing. That's bar number one. Bar number two is there is always something. There is always something. Paul lets us know in the text, he says that, look, we have stuff going on. I'm paraphrasing. We have stuff going on every side. There is always something. It seems like once you get ahead in this department, something else catches up with you. It seems like once you have figured this thing out, something else happens. Once you pay a bill, then another bill gets cut off. Paul is saying, look, there is always something. There's always something going on in this life that can have us to get down on ourselves, that can have us to say, you know what? I'm just gonna quit today, right? But look, you're damaged, but what? That's right, not destroyed. So bar number two is there is always something. All right, and so Paul is saying, look, man, I know that you're damaged. I know that you're damaged. I'm damaged. Paul has some damage that was done to him, but your friends, they're damaged as well. Although there's damage, you are not destroyed. That is good news, okay? Share that news. Share that with your friend. Share that with your brother. Share that with your sister. Say, man, look, I know you got a lot going on in life right now, but that's not gonna destroy you. That's not gonna take you out, all right? So bar number three. Bar number three is real easy, real easy. You have to identify, you have to acknowledge the damage and keep it moving. You have to acknowledge the damage and keep it moving. I'll never forget after me and my family went through a real rough experience with a particular church that we happened to attend and that I happened to work at. And I was sharing my testimony with a friend of mine, and I told him how I've never seen a place disrespect students on such a level. And I told him that, man, it was a lot. You can't even write this stuff or make this stuff up. And as I'm telling him this, he stops me. He said, how long did that hurt? I said, shoot, man. I shook my head. I said, it still hurts. And he said, that's what I wanted to hear. I said, that's what you wanted to hear? And what he was saying is that he wanted me to acknowledge the damage. And I don't know where you are right now, but you have not taken the time out to say, you know what? That hurt me. You know what? That hurt me. You know what? That damaged me. But although it damaged you, don't miss it, you're not destroyed, all right? So I don't know how many of y'all have ever seen a car that has had some hail damage. I have, all right? But when you look at a car that has hail damage, you look at it and you say, ugh, that car got some dinks and some doinks on it. And it don't look as good as it would if it didn't have the hail damage, all right? But check it out. Although the car has hail damage, it's still moving. You missed it. Although the car has hail damage, it's still able to carry passengers from point A to point B. Although the car has hail damage, it's still a reliable source. That's much like us. I don't know who I'm talking to. You got the damage, but you're still moving. There's damage in your life, but you're still moving forward. There's damage in your life, but you're still carrying others. There's damage in your life, but you're still moving forward. All right. So look, you have to acknowledge, bar number 3, acknowledge the damage, but keep it moving. All right. I hope this was good. I hope you took a couple notes. Man, share it with somebody, man. Subscribe, share, like. I'm super excited. Continue to come back, man. Next week, we're going to be here next Saturday, man. Same time, same channel. Got you. I know you said, what's the gold bar? Haha, I got you. All right. I'm glad you asked. The gold bar for today is your damage is preparation for your destiny. Your damage is preparation for your destiny. Your damage is preparation for your destiny. Man, have a great week, man. I hope this was good. Like I said, if this hit something, if this hit home, leave a comment, man. Share it with somebody. Have a great week. Keep doing your thing. Be true to God and be true to yourself. I'm out.